saying, man? How
Tonight or
total?
years? Well, I just wrote an article about this the other day. My first weight set, my mom brought it home from a garage sale. It was a DP. You remember what those were?
Was that the sand film?
Yeah, it was like
I know what
cement wrapped in plastic.
Because DP to me means something completely different.
No, not that.
Okay.
Little, pressed wood, a little bit of that padding on the top.
Yes.
Little kind of makeshift bench, single bar, with the little plastic weights that had cement inside. And that was it, man. 13 years old. As soon as I touched that first weight, I was hooked.
I know you.
Oh, that was, yeah. So
that was in your 20s, right?
So I won Teenage Colorado, and then won Mr. Colorado, Mr. Wyoming, and then went out to California. Thought I was going to be a pro bodybuilder and learned that I didn't stand a chance.
You were kick-ass in Wyoming, though.
I was king of the hill in Wyoming.
Sometimes it's good to be a big fish in a small pond.
Absolutely. I turned around and went right back home between my legs.
Now I'm going to go where the bison are. I think you get a realization of elite bodybuilders when you actually, and you see them in clothes and it's one thing, but then like the first time when I trained I was 16 and I trained at Gold's Venice. And I remember the first time I believe it was Chris Cormier in his heyday. He was training with, I believe it was Flex, and Dillette was in the gym at the same time. And I remember he was wearing a shirt, he was wearing like a sleeve, like you were wearing, but a full sleeve. It was kind of baggy, but remember he took it off because it was hot, because they have the drop doors open, and he had a tank top underneath. And I remember the 3D, like, it was fucking stupid. Like,
it's a whole other world, a whole other planet.
See, not once did I think I'd be on the Olympia stage. I always wanted to just improve as a person, as a bodybuilder, but never once did I think, I'm gonna give up everything and spend my life in the gym and be a bodybuilder. I'm like, at that point in time, I'm like, I really need to go to school because these guys are on a different planet.
Oh, look, I used to always say, the only time those guys are smiling is when they're on stage.
Yeah.
They were unhappy.
They were so unhappy.
The rest of the year.
They just looked
unhealthy, unhappy.
I think it's changed a lot. I think that they always say that bodybuilders are more stuff. I'm going to say stuff. It's my channel. I'm just going to be real. Like, they say that bodybuilders are more steroids now or more exogenous compounds. Here's what I think. Back then, I think they did more orals. And I think that really led, like, you don't see, like, you look at, like, any of the guys' eyes, they're not yellow. Like, back then, I remember one thing I noticed about looking at those guys, their eyes were always yellow.
Jaundice.
They were always, I swear to God, they were. But now, like I spent, Kai's 295 right now. I spent the whole day with him, and his eyes were just fine. Phil looks healthy. I think they're a lot smarter now.
Much smarter.
I think, but back then, I just think it wasn't a joke. Back in Arnold's day, everybody says they were so much more healthy and natural back then. I think they just didn't have as good a genetics a lot of the time because they used to, seriously, this is a true story, and I've heard it validated from people. I worked at Weider for years. They used to take by the handfuls D-bol pills. Literally like Pez. They didn't count how many they took. There was no science behind it. They didn't have the science they have now.
But now it's a plethora though. It's adrenal blockers, it's insulin, it's growth hormone, it's steroids, it's just a whole salad.
We don't know what this stuff does. Thing is, like, everybody keeps trying to guess why the guts are big. That's all it is. It's a guess. I think it's just because they're bigger.
Every organ's growing.
But have you ever eaten dinner with these guys?
Yeah.
Like, Kai at dinner ate a 10-ounce steak,
table full of food,
two 8-ounce chicken breasts, 6 egg whites, a baked potato, a salad, and that was just one of his many meals. So it's like eating Thanksgiving dinner. Have you ever looked down after Thanksgiving dinner and said, man, my waist looks small? Every meal to these guys to maintain their body mass is Thanksgiving. So over time, if you're stuffing your stomach with that, you're bound to have distension. And I'm not saying that insulin and GH and all that stuff, we don't know. I've yet to see a study saying that insulin causes or GH causes a gut. You have the acromegaly or whatever they're growing, but that doesn't really point to guts. That's more feet and head. So I don't know where GH became the main culprit in the whole thing. But, you know, but nonetheless, at the end of the day, at an elite level, look at Muhammad Ali. At an elite level of sports, look at the head trauma in football. You got 300-pound guys running head first into each other. As sports progress, they get better and better. The risk becomes higher. When I played football, the head trauma risk was much less than it is now because they're bigger and they're faster.
You're stronger and faster.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Dude, these linebackers.
So you're freight trains, man.
See, but the thing is, I don't understand the concussion lawsuits because when I played football, I didn't have a doctorate, but I knew that running head first into someone 250 pounds or more at a 4.2 in the 40 is probably not good for my head.
It's eventually going to cause problems.
Yeah, it's a risk reward, but look, that's what got me into college. So it was a risk reward.